I wouldn't badger him about where he was, what he was doing, or who he was with. I just wanted to talk about starting over with a clean slate and trying to make our marriage work. That night after dinner, I cleaned the kitchen while Jared did as usual. After the kids were tucked in, I went in hoping Jared and I could sort things out. As I opened the door, I noticed he was on the phone and abruptly hung up.
Who was that?
Who was who, Gina?
On the phone.
Oh, that was just, one of the guys from the firm. Nothing.
I get it.
Wait, Gina. Something I need to tell you.
As my heart was sinking, I knew that there would be bad news coming next.
Okay. I'm all ears.
I sat down on the couch next to his desk, giving him my undivided attention.
You know that I love you, right?
I kept my head hung as I responded yes to Jared's question.
You know there's nothing I wouldn't do for you or the girls.
Jared got down on one knee in front of me. My heart began to race even faster and I could feel my underarms getting wet.
Well, I think we can also agree that our relationship isn't where it needs to be in order for us to have a productive life and a happy marriage.
I immediately looked up at him and stared him in the eyes.
Wait a minute.
No, Gina. This time you're going to have to wait. Through our entire marriage, I've allowed you to take the lead. Make all the decisions, say what we will and won't do, talk when you want to, and just be silent until you finish. I had to take a look at myself. If we're honest with each other, we can admit you're not in love with me. The girls are your first priority, then your career. Next are your social activities. And now your friends have been added back to the equation, and I'm left to be last. It's not the kind of life I signed up for, Gina. I'm tired of living this way. I've made a decision to speak with a divorce attorney.
Wait. Are you kidding me, Jared? A divorce attorney? For what?
Come on, Gina. I'm certain you know what a divorce attorney is used for with all the degrees you require.
It took everything in me to ignore his sarcasm. I could feel my temperature rising and my heart beating in my throat. Then out of nowhere, I burst into tears.
Jared, wait. Why are you doing this to us?
Gina, listen. This was a very hard decision for me to make. I pondered long and hard about which route I should take. Praying, trying to figure out what I can do to make our marriage work. After months of beating my head against the wall, I finally realized that for my sanity, it's imperative for me to stay strong for my daughter's sake. I must take myself out of this situation.
This situation? This is not a situation, Jared. It's a marriage. But I guess that explains why it's so easy for you to walk away. We took vows to stay together until death do us part.
Yeah, and we said some other things too, like forsaking all others, in sickness and in health. I don't know the last time you even asked me how I was feeling, let alone take care of me when I was sick.
You are a grown man, Jared. What do you mean take care of you? I have children I'm responsible for taking care of.
You see, Gina, that is what I mean. You don't even see anything wrong with how things are around me. Although I'm not a child, I still want to need some nurturing too.
Well, you didn't need any nurturing when you left the house on Friday. You didn't even call me. You didn't even call to check on us or the kids just to let us know that you were okay.
Gina, I needed that time away from the house, to be alone, to clear my head. So I'm coming to you now, ready to do what's best for both of us.
How is this best for us, Jared? We have a home, a family, a future. What am I supposed to do?
You know, I guess you'll be doing what you always do. Cater to the girls, go to your little meetings, work on reports, those things. Did you notice that there was not one thing about me on that list?
How dare you insinuate that I don't care about us or our marriage?
Gina, let's be realistic. You pushed me into a corner. You don't talk to me. You don't touch me. You pretty much taken over everything that concerns the girls. And by the time you finish with them at night, I can't touch you.
Okay, Jared. That is not fair. Maybe you would help me around here with the girls. Then maybe I would feel like touching you or being touched. All you do is work. You're the last person in the building almost every night. Then you come home, you have a maid in your office, and you do more work.
See, that's exactly what I knew would happen. I would come and talk to you about one thing, and you would change it into something else.
Well, Jared, let me give you a news flash. I'm a mother of 2 growing girls, so no, I can't stroke your ego every time you would like me to.
Stroke my ego? Are you serious, Gina? Is that what you think this is about? I don't need anybody to stroke my ego. But it would feel good to be appreciated and wanted sometimes. You treat me like I'm not even around.
Before I knew it, I got so upset I lashed out at him.
So you mean to tell me that you're comparing yourself to two innocent little girls that you helped bring into this world?
Look, all I'm telling you is this. When we took our vows 10 years ago, we both uttered these words, forsaking all others. Now that didn't mean that we aren't supposed to love our children, our family members, or our friends. But it was clear to me that I was supposed to put you before all of them. And you do the same for me. If we both put each other first, then everything will be fine. But after the birth of the girls, everything just began to change.
Wait, you wanted to start a family just as much as I did. Don't act like this was my choice alone.
No, I'm not saying that either. But if we want to be truthful and honest, neither one of us wanted to be parents as soon as we did. We had a plan, Gina, and you didn't stick to it.
I didn't stick to it. Jared, what are you talking about?
We agreed that we would be married at least 5 years before we had kids, so we could work on us, build on our relationship, and have a solid foundation to build a lasting marriage and cultivate our friendship. But after that first year, you stopped taking your birth control pill, listening to your mom and your aunts, who, might I add, have no man of their own in order to get pregnant. And I guess you wanted to trap me or something, and you got pregnant.
I stood up from my seat, pushed Jared back away from me.
Trap you? Are you serious right now? What reason would I have to trap you, Jared?
Come on, Gina. I've heard y'all talk about how having a baby seals the deal and guarantees you'll never go broke because the child support will pay all your bills alone. As irritating as it always made me, I never spoke on it.
But for your information, Jared, I don't need you to take care of my girl. My salary will cover everything that we need. So don't think you're doing us a favor by sticking around.
Jared walked away, then made a semicircle looking at me in disgust.
You see, that's just it. What kind of wife tells her husband she doesn't need him? If you don't need me, Gina, why did you marry me? Now, I acknowledge the fact that, yeah, you make a lot of money, you have a great career, and you and the girls will be okay without me, but what about the emotional and the physical? Does that account for anything?
You started all this, Jared. Besides all that BS, what do you mean what happened when I got pregnant? When I got pregnant, I was married and I had a husband. So why did I start a family?
That's my point, Gina. No communication. If we made the decision together, why did you change up on me without letting me know? I felt like I was being forced into something that I didn't sign up for.
What? So you're telling me that you didn't want our firstborn?
No. I'm not telling you I didn't want it. I'm telling you that I didn't want to have kids that soon. Now don't get me wrong. I love my daughter with everything that's inside of me. I love being a father. Maybe I miss being a husband.
What do you want me to do, Jared?
There's nothing you can do, Gina. Because you see, you don't see a problem with anything that you're doing. When things get to that point in a relationship, it's best if both parties is separated.
Two parties?
It's about that time.
Two parties, Jared? This is not one of your business mergers, Jared. This is our marriage, our future we're talking about.
Gina, let's face the facts. Our marriage is over. And I'm sorry. But after today, don't have it.
It felt like an iceberg had entered the room and sat between us. I was dumbfounded. It felt like my heart was cracking into a million pieces. Tears rushed down my face.
So, okay. You're leaving your responsibilities as a father because we can't see eye to eye on a few things?
Eye to eye? We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. No, I never said I was leaving my kids. Trust me when I say they won't skip a beat. I plan on talking to them about this in the next week or so. They're smart girls. And I don't want to keep anything from them to learn on their own. I don't want them growing up in a household where the husband and wife barely speak. I want them to really know what love is. So when their time comes, they'll know that it's true.
So just like that, Jared, you're throwing away 10 years of marriage? Is that easy for you to turn your back and just walk away?
I'm not throwing it away, Gina. I'm just doing what has to be done.
So where do we go from here?
Well, this week I was looking for a condo.
The condo?
I instantly got sick to my stomach.
You're moving out? Soon?
Gina, the sooner the better, baby. The longer I prolong things around here, The longer it takes for us to move beyond the anger and the pain, for us to be strong parents for the daughters.
I plopped down on the couch in the study, head in my lap, and began to weep. I couldn't catch my breath. I felt like I was in a dream, and I prayed that somehow I could just wake up. Jared walked up to me, got down on his knees, and took my hands away from my tear-soaked face.
Gina, look at me. We both know in our heart of hearts, it's bound to happen. Please know that I still love you. I think it's time we found our own direction. Who knows? Maybe the split will give us the time we need to grow as individuals. I don't hate you, Gina. I don't want you to hate me.
I continued to weep, looking into Jared's eyes, hoping there was something that I could say or do to change his mind. His body language remained the same, which told me any plans to sway him wouldn't make a difference. Jared could see the torment I was dealing with, so he offered to stay with me that night for the last time.
It's okay with you. I'll hold you while you fall asleep.
I was reluctant at first, but with all the sorrow that filled my heart, I really needed to be held, even if it had to be by the person that caused me such agony and pain.
Yes, Jared.
That night as I lay in bed, I couldn't stop crying. I could feel Jared's arms around my waist, and it felt natural for me to relax my body into his, like I used to do when we were first married. That night continued to play over and over in my head. All I could think about was my husband of 10 years leaving.
Girl, I got to go. I can't stay. You said things would change. Girl, things are still the same. Girl, I got to go. I can't stay. Be together, putting the front on. I'd rather be on my own. When we first met, we were holding hands, strolling the beach, spending quality time. Whatever happened between then and now, the love we shared was lost somehow. But my friends try to tell me that we're moving too fast to think that I don't know. Feeling the past, they wouldn't last. Now I know I should have left a long time ago, but I stayed to see, hoping and praying you still love me. Girl, I got to go. I can't stay. Said things would change. Girl, things are still the same. Girl, I got to go. I can't stay. Be together, put in front on. I'd rather be on my own.
Now you've heard her bio, you watched her work take life. Now I take great pleasure in introducing none other than Miss Katrina Butler Hill. We're going to start by some of the questions that you all wrote as